What's good, y'all? It's that boy, Easy Millions, and I'm your host of that boy, ETV. You already know, man, we are back on FragPunk. And before we get started, just want to go ahead and give y'all a heads up. This one's going to be a little longer than normal because the gameplay in the back, boy, is some fire, and the game happened to go long. So we're going to have a little video longer than normal, man. But recently, we did actually hit Diamond. As you can see, we went ahead and made it to the Diamond ranks, and we did it with a pretty good KD and win percentage, man. You know, I'm not going to lie, I didn't think that it would be, or I would have been this high, especially with, you know, the KD that I have. Because in most games, I'm usually around, well, I guess I can only really compare it to Call of Duty, but we know Call of Duty's on some BS anyway. So, but anyway, like I said, I finally made it into these Diamond ranks. So my next video, I will definitely be talking more and exploring, and probably especially have some hopefully have some gameplay for you guys in the Diamond lobbies. This way you guys can experience it right along with me, man. So next week, I should have a video more explaining, you know, the grind up to Diamond, the things I've learned. And hopefully I'll be able to give you some tips and tricks of things I've learned in Diamond lobbies as I play them over this weekend, man. But let's go ahead and get into the nitty gritty of why I'm here, man. And that is a few things I want to talk about, right? And the first one is going to be something that's very common. I know a lot of us are, you know, talking about this, and a lot of us are frustrated about this, but it's going to be sniper play. But instead of me talking about them being nerfed, which they definitely need to be, you know, they need to have some type of idle sway. They need to have a flinch when they get shot. Their one-shot potential shall only be to the head. And once again, like I said, when it comes to body shots, they should do slightly more damage than a marksman. This way you force the sniper to pretty much only aim for the head. You get what I'm saying? But the reason I'm bringing up snipers is because the higher you get in the ranks, like once I got to, I'm going to say, once I got probably to Plat 2, I started seeing more and more people on the opposite team using snipers. And I feel like this is only going to continue as I continue to go up in the ranks. Now that I'm in Diamond, I'm pretty sure I'm going to see a lot more snipers as they've become a lot more common in the higher levels of play. Now, I get why they're used, because if you're in higher levels of play, most likely you're somebody with higher aiming capabilities. So your aim is probably above average, if not, you know, below pro level, but above everyone else. So in FragPunk with these snipers, man, as long as you have halfway decent aim, you're going to be able to basically one-shot a lot of people with these snipers. So in higher ranks, I do understand why these guns are used, but it is kind of killing the gameplay feeling for me, because I feel like when we have these snipers, you don't really get to have a gunfight when you're going against someone with a sniper. Like if I have a marksman and then this person has a sniper, even if we both hit headshots, I'm dead. You get what I'm saying? And and honestly, she don't even have to hit a headshot half the time to get a damn one-shot kill. I got shot in the chest one time, got a one-shot kill on me. That shit was crazy. So again, you know, there aren't many guns that can challenge it at long range, which does make sense. The only gun that should be able to somewhat challenge the sniper should be the marksman. But I feel like not even marksman rifles really have a chance, because most likely these motherfuckers are going to hit you because there's no flinch, there's no idle sway. And again, you don't necessarily have to hit headshots to get a one-shot kill. So I hope and pray that I'm wrong about this, but I do feel like snipers are only going to get worse. And I am letting you guys know, if you're currently going through like bronze, silver, and gold, once you get about halfway through platinum, you're going to see more and more snipers. And I'm assuming it's only going to get worse as I continue to go on, just simply because they're an easier way to go ahead and get kills, man. Also, they probably should limit the amount of snipers per team, because I went up against one team that had like 3 of them, and bruh, it was just a hard time out there, man. So that's just crazy right there. Now, the other thing I want to bring up now is when it comes to these shard cards in ranked, right? So now that I've been playing for this long, I do think that I need to actually get into Diamond and see how the whole card system works. So again, that'll be something that I talk about in next week's video. But how I feel about shark cards up until this point, are there certain cards that definitely gives one team an advantage over the other? That's a definite yes. So I do believe there should be certain cards that they have that should just not be in rank rotation. One of them being the one where you jump up and down and you cause the sound wave that does damage through obstacles. Now, don't get me wrong, it does also let someone know where you are, but most likely they already know where you are, and I'd rather go ahead and jump and make you have to move because you're going to be taking damage from me jumping around. And it's one of those things where, like, you know, this in my opinion, this card does kind of give the team an unfair advantage because you have this extra way to do damage that doesn't really take too much away from you. You get what I'm saying? I mean, jumping around only kind of helps you because it makes it harder to hit headshots. And I mean, you just hip fire because you're not only hitting shots from hip firing, but you're also getting the sound wave damage. So certain cards I don't feel like should be in ranked, but for the most part, most of them should be in there. It's only the ones that really, really give one team an advantage over the other that I would try to go ahead and get rid of. And like I said, the main one I could think of is definitely the one where you jump up and down and cause the wave, the sound wave to come out that does damage, because that just it doesn't, you know, it stops people from hiding around corners. It provides damage, like I said, in general. While you're in a gunfight, you just run up, start jumping around your enemy, and you're doing all this extra damage to them, and it's just kind of crazy, you know what I mean? So, yes, when it comes to shark cards, should they be in rank? The answer, in my opinion, is yes, but they should balance that by only allowing certain cards to make it into the rank card pool, and then having all their cards on the pub side. Like on the pub side of things, I think you can have all the cards that you want. There should be no limit to that. But when it comes to the competitive side of things, I do think that only certain cards should be allowed in rank. But down in the comments, man, let me know, what card do y'all think shouldn't be down in there? Like I said, outside of the one that I said with jumping up and down for the sound wave, what other cards do y'all think are too overpowered to be in rank specifically? Now, there was an ability that I ran into while playing, and it was like a gold square that was put on the map, and you couldn't shoot through it. Now, this might have been that boxing ring card that we saw them release not too long ago, but I haven't actually ran into one of these cards. Like, I haven't even been able to vote for this card, the boxing ring card. So I don't know if that's actually the card that I was looking at, but if it was, then that makes sense. But essentially, I come around the corner and they have cards that put this gold box on the map that you can't shoot through. Right, so I'm assuming that's the boxing match one. But now you can walk through it, but you can't shoot through it. And that actually lost me a match because I was trying to shoot and I couldn't actually shoot the person because I wasn't aware of what was going on. So that might actually be the boxing round one. But again, to me, that's a card that should be in pubs. That shouldn't be in rank. There's no reason why you should be able to put down this boxing ring, stopping all fucking, you know, attacks from one area, forcing a person to walk into said ring, and then, you know, having it block off like an entrance. So the person has to walk in, put their gun down. Now they can't get shot while they're in the ring by you, but as soon as you come out the ring, the enemy's going to shoot you because they know you're there. And then, you know, there's going to be a delay with everything coming out the box. Pretty sure there's a delay, you know, once you put your melee back up, there's always the delay pulling back out the gun. So again, this is another example of a card that, one, I'm assuming it's the boxing round one. But in this case, it's one of those things where I'm like, this should only be in pubs. So that's another example of what I mean by there should be certain cards that are in ranked, and then all the rest of them should be in pubs. Like, you can have all the same cards from ranked in pubs, but your more crazier ones that do like ridiculous changes to the game, those should be the ones that are specifically left and only available while playing public matches. Because people, I'm telling you, people are going to get mad when they're playing ranked, and then somebody gets one of these damn abilities, like let's just use the one where you jump up and down, and you're sitting there, and while you are in a poke battle, all of a sudden the opponent starts jumping up and down, and now you're taking damage while this person's sitting behind cover because that thing goes through cover. So the cover doesn't help you in that regard. So again, it's going to make you have to move, And now you at a disadvantage because not only are you taking damage from the sound wave, but again, you have to move, giving that person the ability to go ahead and shoot you, man. So again, that's just another example of a card that I think should be strictly more of a pubs match card and left out of rank. So again, let me know down in the comments what cards y'all think can be in pubs but should not be in rank, man. Let me know. Now, here's one thing that I'm pretty sure a lot of us can attest to. And it's really, really weird to me because, so here's the thing. I hate when I'm playing this game and I'm sitting there and I feel like I tend to make call outs, right? So when I'm playing, I will actually get onto the mic from time to time and, make call outs, say things to my teammates like, hey, he's to your left, behind you, so on and so forth, right? And I'll do that randomly throughout the match. But do you know what most randoms love to do? Most randoms won't get on the mic to tell you anything. So let's say you and a teammate are pushing down a hallway and you're looking the opposite direction to cover y'all's back. The teammate gets shot from the front, right? So you would think that the teammate might come onto the mic and let his teammate know that was with him, hey, the guy's in front of you to the right. The guy's in front of you to the right. That's where he's at. You would think that the teammate would get on the mic and say that, right? No. So the teammate doesn't say shit. The guy turns back around and then gets killed by the same person, right? So you know what the guy actually gets on the mic to do? He then gets on the mic to complain, saying to the guy that the guy was trash, how you ain't see him, all this in some more. And in my head, I'm like, nigga, you had a mic the whole time. Why you ain't just get on the mic and tell this man where the person was? This man's back was turned covering your six. He doesn't see the person that shot you. So again, why don't you get on the mic and give the information to your teammates? Like, people will get on the mic quick as fuck to complain about some shit, but won't get on the mic to fucking give call outs to their teammates or to give them advice or anything like that, but let you do something that they're annoyed about. Oh, they'll get on the mic and, oh, you're trash. Oh, why are you making those mistakes? Oh, you're trash. They'll get on the mic and do that type of shit, but won't get on the mic and be like, hey, man, hey, there was a person around that box to the left that killed me. You know what I'm saying? Or being like, hey, people coming to B. I need teammates. I need backup. They're coming to B. Nothing like that. They won't even ping either. Like, they don't even ping. Like, this shit is crazy, bro. Can we please be better teammates? Get on your mic and use it for something outside of fucking complaining, okay? How about instead of complaining the entire match, you get on the mic, communicate with your teammates, and you might see better team success. You ever thought about that? Probably not, because your ass is too busy fucking complaining. So please stop the bitching and moaning and get your ass on the mic and actually communicate with your teammates, and you might see some better success out there, man. Now, the other thing I want to talk about that's annoying as fuck is I know y'all have had that random that wants to run, grab the converter, right? They run and grab the converter. As soon as they load in, they run and grab that converter, man. And then as soon as they grab that bitch, they then run out into the fucking wasteland and get murdered because they went to go try to kill somebody because they're just running out there trying to get kills. And now your converter is in the most open ass spot that you can't pick it up, because it's looked at by all angles, right? It's looked at all angles, and thanks to your teammate who's now fucking dead, and you know damn well he didn't say nothing when he came on the mic, like I said. So the gank came in, he runs and grabs the converter, doesn't say shit, runs straight down the middle on a full-on sprint like they can't hear you from 10 miles away when you're sprinting for some reason. I guess we don't know that by now. But again, they will run straight down the middle, get blasted by the whole damn team because the team heard them coming from 50 yards away, and then the converter's in the middle of the floor, middle of the map, and the teammate is surrounding it by all angles. So now we're losing the match because we have to fight our way to this middle of the fucking converter. Why are you even grabbing the converter if your whole intentions is to go out there, run out there and just die? If your intention is to run out and die and attempt to get kills, why are we running with the converter? Don't grab the converter if you're not going to play smart enough to make sure that the converter is in a good place, even if you die, that your teammates are able to get it. Okay, don't pick. Can we stop doing this? It's annoying as hell. I've lost so many games. This game I lost because multiple rounds, bro. This dude would load in before everybody else. I don't know if he just had that good of a connection or my connection trash. It can't be mine because I'm hardline. So this nigga's connection must be fucking A1. But he would load in every time, grab that bitch, run straight out. Didn't matter if it was the middle of the map, far side of the map. Didn't matter. He would just run. And he's not taking his time. This game, you have to take your time. Because if you're running and sprinting, like I said, they're going to hear you from a mile away, bro. So he takes it, runs out there, dies, and now our converters in fuck all no man's land. And we have to go out here and figure out a way to do it. And we end up losing because, of course, they done set up all kind of defenses on it. And now we're out of position, man. So let me know, man. Have y'all ran into these teammates? Have y'all ran into the teammate that loves grabbing the converter and just to go die with it in a stupid spot? How do y'all feel about sniper play? And are you excited to hear that it only gets worse the higher rank you play? And like I asked earlier, let me know down in the comments which cards y'all think should and should not be in ranked. And the last thing is, how do y'all feel about me pointing out that people will get on the mic to complain, but will not get on the mic to actually give good call outs and information to help the team be more successful, man. Let me know down in the comments and let's get a conversation started, man. But until then, I'm going to leave y'all off with the rest of this gameplay here in the background, and I hope y'all enjoy that, man. But as always, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, become a supporter, and catch me streaming on Facebook Gaming and Twitch at ThatBoyETV. Now, catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.
Nitro, you're not a real player.
Through the middle.
I refuse to believe.
Motherfucker got knocked down by that pig.
Hey, GG's, guys.
Yeah, GG's, fellas, GG's. Yes. We got 14 and 6.